The designer can generate and download the tender planning documents in a PDF format by using 1 credit or £100. It is important that the designer has checked the result page to ensure that the dwelling is compliant with the performance level they require before they download these documents. If the designer needs to go back and change the design in the calculator, they will need to regenerate these documents and the designer will be charged 1 credit. Payment is made by using PayPal. The user can purchase up to 10 credits. It is important that the user checks they have credits available when logging out.
The summary of the Part L specification. This document gives a description of each of the 12 compliant elements of the Part L specification. The SAP result page. This document proves that the summary of the Part L designed is compliant with the level of performance required. The U-value calculations. These calculations will describe the material used to calculate the U-value, their thermal conductivity, and the depth of insulation for the floor, wall, and roofs. The Y-factor calculations. These documents show how the Y-factor was calculated by describing the typical detail, its PSI value, its length, and overall calculation. The typical details. The software only generates the typical details needed to construct the fabric for a particular project. The details are populated with the design fabric specification for the floor, the wall, and the roof details. This is a large document and could take a couple of minutes to generate it so that it can be downloaded. This information can be used by the builder to construct the fabric correctly. The final part of this document is the cover note. The cover note explains how these tender planning documents should be used. These documents give direction to the stakeholders and help with the correlation between the design and as constructed Part L specification. The energy assessor can use this design information to calculate the official design energy rating. This information is now stored on the Foresight database and can be downloaded as often as is needed by the user.
The designer can also download the technical data provided by the suppliers from the best practice section of the website and add this to the tender planning documents. This information will support the design specification and give direction to the builder and bridge the performance gap between design and construction.